What if, in 2025, dinosaurs returned to our world? Not just as animals, but as a mysterious disease that turned people into dinosaurs overnight. This is the story of Billy, and how one morning changed everything. We loaded the cure into a tank, strapped it to Spiny, and paraded through town, spraying blue mist everywhere. As the mist settled, people transformed back. Mom, Dad, neighbors, even the T-Rex security guard. The world didn't go back to normal, it became something better. Some people liked being dinosaurs, so the professor made a safe version of the Dino Flu for fun. The postman delivered mail as a pterodactyl, gardeners became triceratopses, and Dad won tug-of-war as a dinosaur. I was the hero who saved the world, and Spiny became our town mascot. Humans and dinosaurs lived together, learning from each other. Life was wilder, freer, and a lot more fun. And every morning, we had donuts with Spiny in the backyard, a new normal I could get used to. But sometimes, late at night, I wonder, what if the dinosaurs come back again? Would we be ready? Or would a new adventure begin? I chipped off a glowing green mineral from the meteorite, but the T-Rex was coming. I bolted through a staff door, sprinted down a corridor, and burst outside, safe, mineral in hand. Back at the lab, the professor worked fast, crushing, mixing, heating. The antidote turned bright, bubbly blue. It was ready. We had the cure to save the world. I stared at the glowing blue vial in my hand. This was it, the hope of the world. I felt a mix of fear and excitement. Could I really save everyone? Now, how to give it to everyone? I looked at Spiny, my giant Spinosaurus friend. I had an idea. Our plan was wild. Penelope would scout from above, the professor guided me by walkie-talkie, and I'd sneak in. The museum was wrecked, with a T-Rex roaring in the main hall. I crawled through a vent, heart pounding, flashlight in hand. I dropped into the Hall of Gems, empty, except for a Brachiosaurus blocking the meteorite room. I radioed the professor, who suggested luring the Brachiosaurus away with plants. I grabbed a giant fake cycad from a display and waved it. The Brachiosaurus followed, clearing my path. I slipped into the meteorite exhibit, hammer ready. This was either genius or a terrible idea, but I was all in. Professor Fitzwilliam's house looked like a mad scientist's lair, perfect. I knocked, and inside, found a frantic pterodactyl tangled in fairy lights. I carefully untangled the fairy lights from the pterodactyl's wings.
Thanks, kid. It squawked, flapping free. Even dinosaurs needed a little help sometimes. His assistant Clara, mid-transformation.
The professor, wild-haired and human, explained, a meteorite's spores mixed with a cold virus, creating the Dino Flu. The professor showed me a video of the meteorite crashing to Earth. It glowed an eerie green, and strange spores drifted into the air. No one realized what would happen next. People turned into dinosaurs, matching their personalities. Dad, the stubborn Triceratops. The speedy pizza guy, a Gallimimus. The cure? A mineral inside the meteorite at the city museum. That night, I crept up to the museum. The doors were locked, but I found an open window around the back. My heart raced as I climbed inside, flashlight in hand. Problem? The museum was crawling with dinosaurs, including a T-Rex security guard. We needed a plan to get in, grab the mineral, and get out. Suddenly, a deafening roar echoed through the halls. The T-Rex security guard spotted me and gave chase. I ducked behind a display case, barely avoiding its snapping jaws. Our team, me, the professor, and Penelope the pterodactyl. We had a plan and no time to lose. The world was turning into dinosaurs, and I needed a plan. I grabbed my backpack, water, chocolate bars, flashlight, lucky yo-yo, and looked at the Spinosaurus in my yard. I named him Spiny. My mission? Find a cure for the Dino Flu. I needed an expert, Professor Quentin Fitzwilliam, the town's eccentric scientist. I set off, sneaking past dino neighbors and dodging a Gallimimus pizza guy sprinting down the street. The town was a prehistoric playground, but I stayed focused. I missed my parents, even their nagging. I gripped my backpack tighter and kept going. I had to find the professor and save everyone. For a moment, I wondered if I could really do this. I was just a kid. But then I remembered my parents, my friends, and everyone who needed help. I took a deep breath and set out on my quest. The Great Cure Caper was on. The streets were wild. Dinosaurs of all shapes and sizes roamed the sidewalks. Some people tried to go about their day, others just stared in disbelief. I dodged a triceratops on a skateboard and waved at a velociraptor delivering mail. I ran downstairs to tell my parents, only to find Mum with a pointy nose and a clawed foot, and Dad sprouting triceratops horns. I backed out, peeked outside, and saw total dino mayhem. Mr. Henderson was a stegosaurus. Postman Pat was a pterodactyl, and the neighbor kids were tiny Compsognathus chasing a cat. The news called it the Dino Flu, a weird sickness turning people into dinosaurs. The government declared a state of emergency. News anchors tried to stay calm as more and more people transformed on live TV. Scientists scrambled for answers, but the world was changing too fast. Even the news reporter turned into a brachiosaurus on live TV. I hid, watching the chaos, Mrs. Higgins the ankylosaurus, a Parasaurolophus bus driver honking. And more. It was wild, scary, and kind of cool. The local grocery store was overrun by tiny dinosaurs chasing after snacks. The mayor, now a stegosaurus, tried to give a speech but just ended up munching on the town's flower beds. But someone had to fix this. My parents were too busy grunting over toast. So, it had to be me. My name is Billy. Every morning was the same. I brushed my teeth, grabbed my backpack, and raced downstairs for breakfast. Nothing exciting ever happened in my town, and my life was boringly normal until Monday, August 11th, 2025. That morning, I woke up to a deep, rumbly, snuffly sound outside my window. I tried to ignore it, but it got louder sniff. Snuffle. S-N-O-O-O-O-R-T. I peeked out and saw a massive yellow eye staring at me through my second-story window. It blinked, then pulled back to reveal a house-sized Spinosaurus, licking my window. I stumbled back from the window, heart pounding. Was I dreaming? Was this some kind of prank? I pinched myself, but the giant dinosaur was still there, licking the glass. I pinched myself, ouch, definitely awake. The Spinosaurus looked confused, not angry, and just sat down, crushing Mum's rose bushes. This was not a dream. I ran to my parents' room, yelling, "There's a dinosaur in the yard," but they just grumbled half asleep and told me to get ready for school. No one believed me. My normal life was officially over, and I had no idea what would happen next.